All right, I think we can go ahead and kick it off. Today is October 2, 2025. This is a meeting of the Kubernetes Storage Special Interest Group. As a reminder, this meeting is public, recorded, and posted on YouTube. We are in the beginning of a new cycle, the 135 release. We already captured the list of items that we want to do for 135. If there's something that you think we missed, now's a good time to bring it up and we'll get it added to the list. The upcoming milestones on the 9th is the production readiness freeze. This is the date by which we can opt in any new features to be counted as part of the 135 release. They need to be tagged with the leads opt-in tag for their enhancement bug. And the 16th is when all the proposed enhancements must get final approval in order to be part of 135. So if you're working on any 135 features, these are the dates to be aware of. With that, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to our planning spreadsheet and we can get updates for where the different tasks stand for this release. If you have anything you want to discuss, please feel free to add to the agenda. In the meantime, you can find the link in your calendar invite. And so let's go ahead and switch over to our status updates here. So first is recovering from resize failure. This is we're skipping over. It's a placeholder for the 137 release. Next is CSI volume health, working on updating the design, staying in alpha this cycle.
So Hemant has been working on it mostly. We are updating the document. I hope it's linked somewhere here. If not, I can find it. There are a couple of open issues, and the main one is actually where do we want to report the health? We would like to report it in the API, in Kubernetes API, and if it's going to be a separate object or node or pod or PVC, it's kind of open. There are pros and cons, and we would appreciate any feedback. I will link the document in the chat, I guess.
You can also add it into the notes doc under miscellaneous.
Sure.
Cool. Thank you, Jan. Next is change block tracking, staying in alpha this cycle. I think last status update TBD if we wanted to do anything for 135. Any decision on this one?
Yeah, so we're making an API change in the gRPC API for the sidecars. We're staying in alpha. So planning to move to beta in 1.36.
Cool, got it. Shing, was this correct? Stay in alpha for this cycle and
Yes.
update the sidecars? Got it. Okay.
Correct.
All right, thank you for that. Next, we have enable privilege containers for Windows to replace CSI proxy for Windows out of tree, targeting beta in this release. Let's see, do we have a comment here? Mauricio, the cap required us to start with alpha. So the plan is alpha in 135 and beta in 136. Okay. So we'll stay in alpha for now. And looks like we've got an update from Mauricio, kept updated, got an LGTM from Eddie. Excellent. All right, thank you, Mauricio, for handling that offline. Next up, we have volume attribute class. GA, set the feature gate lock to true, CSI sidecar changes and error handling. And anything new on this one? Okay, I'm going to mark that one as no updates and we can see if we get an update next cycle. And the next one is CSI sidecar all in one. Going from design to alpha this cycle. Looks like Mauricio also provided updates. Jan reviewed the cap. Thank you. We'll address the comments soon. Thank you, Mauricio. Next item is mutable CSI node allocatable property, beta enabled by default. Do we have any updates on this one? Do you have Eddie on the call? Okay, I'm going to mark that as no update, and then we'll come back to it next time. Cozy overall moving to V1 Alpha 2. KEP needs API review was the last update. Any new update here?
No new update. Still ready for review.
Okay. I'll mark the same status update. KEP needs API review. Do you have an API reviewer who's helping with this, Blaine?
Pinned Michelle.
Okay. All right, sounds good.
Oh, Saad, were you asking about voting attributes class? There was one thing you said no update. So that one we are still trying to cut a sidecar release. There's a PR pending, trying to get that merged.
Got it. Okay, so the last status was PR
Yes,
review.
I think that's the same. Yeah, kind of same.
Status. Okay,
Yeah, still in review,
got
but
it.
getting close.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Shing. Moving on, we now have volume expansion for stateful set, alpha for this cycle. Any update on this one?
But you just still targeting alpha in the cycle,
Okay,
the cap there.
we'll keep it the same for now then. We can move to the next one, integrate CSI volume limits with autoscaler. Same.
So Hemant has updated the cap. It's going through PRR for alpha. Hold on. He left me a note.
Cool.
The enhancement is basically complete, but some API details need to be worked with SIG autoscaling.
Got it. So Hemant updated the cap, helping drive PRR. The API details need to be updated. Cool. Sounds good. Thank you, Jan. Next is node readiness gate. Do we have Ajay on the call? Anyone have updates on this one? Okay, we'll mark this one as no updates. Next item is kubelet event desired state of the world populator. Alpha for this cycle. Any updates on this one?
I think Haman said he probably won't have cycle to review this, so we need a new reviewer. And mostly, I think we need reviews from Node. I think that's what was lacking last time.
Got it. Yeah, I think that was the status previously as well.
And also, I'm not seeing the CAP author attending this meeting, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's hard to keep it going.
Yeah.
Okay, let's track it offline. And we may have to drop it for this cycle if we don't see progress. Next is mutable persistent volume node affinity, also alpha for this cycle.
There's a CAP, just need reviews.
Okay. And next is enable defining a default storage class for each specific volume access mode. Sunny, Michelle, any update on this one?
Yeah, this one is making progress. I think we got some new questions about like, should we keep the current current design, or like you need to compare with like why do we don't directly do in the API object? But our intention is to like keep it simple and like just resolve this very specific case. But like I think we also want to know what others think on this solution.
And has been any API object suggested?
Yeah.
I think the discussion on the CAP was whether or not it should be a field in the API versus a annotation.
Yeah.
I think the main thing is if we do a field on the API, that means we also should add a field for the normal default storage class, and that will increase the scope of the feature. And so I think that's the thing up to debate.
Anybody have a strong opinion one way or the other?
I was there when the annotation was introduced, and we kind of expected that different Kubernetes vendors or even clusters, they will have different policies, what either per namespace or per user or whatever. So we came up with annotation. In Kubernetes, we will have something simple. It will be annotation. It will be super simple, super stupid. Nobody ever came with any other policy than default storage class. So maybe it's time to admit that this is a good policy and we could make a field out of it. But I don't have a strong opinion about it. Like, default storage class works. We will need to support it basically forever.
Yeah. The main thing is if we add a field for the access mode default storage class, that means we should add it for the existing default storage class as well. And that logic is going to have to maintain backwards compatibility with the annotation. And it basically increases the scope of the feature. So we'll need to make that trade-off.
Was there any prior incident when somebody moved annotations into a field?
I don't think so. Not that I know of. Like, I think we will have to support the annotation forever.
Yes.
And so, like, yeah, we can add a field to make it cleaner going forward, but we're still going to have to support the annotation forever. And then if someone specifies both the annotation and the field, what do we do? And all these questions.
I have a crazy idea. We could make V2 of storage API and put a real field there. And when during the conversion, then use annotation in V1 and field in V2. But I guess that's a overkill.
Possibly.
Any conclusions here, or it requires follow-up discussion?
I think everybody's fine with the annotation. It needs somebody to push for the field. Because everybody uses annotation. We will need to support it forever. I don't see a problem using the annotation.
And if we really wanted to V2, we can address that later.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds like conclusion is to stick with annotation then. Thank you for the discussion on that. Let's keep moving. Next is CSI driver opt-in for service account tokens via secret fields. Any update on this one?
I think this one is driven by the SIG auth folks. There's been a number of problems with the secret type of CSI drivers, like secret store CSI driver and variants of that, where they accidentally log the token, because right now the token is just passed down as a normal field instead of being tagged as like a secret field. So they're very interested in finding a way where we can actually tag the token field specially to kind of avoid this kind of leak. So I think someone from SIG auth volunteered to create the KEP and work on the feature. So I think we're just waiting for that.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you, Michelle. And then I wanted to quickly go through the items that we crossed out. So this one was for 137. This one is expected in 36. This one's for 36. This is for 36 targeting beta. This is 37 targeting GA. This is 36 to remove the feature gate and entry plugin. And this is 36 for removing feature gate. Okay. And did anybody else have any other items they think we should be tracking for 135? Okay, with that, we will go ahead and switch it back and see if there's any other items for discussion. Jan, did you want to walk through CSI Volume Health Design Doc or take that offline? Okay, I think we can't hear Jan, but anybody else have any other topics for discussion?
I was on mute. I just want to announce it, like we are talking about volume health on the Monday's CSI meeting. So if you are interested, then please join.
Awesome. Cool. Any other topics, folks? All right, we will give you time back then. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
You.